Palatir Stock versus Parsons. Which stock has better value option now? Consider Parsons, PSN, or Palantir, PLTR, Technologies Incorporated if you want to invest in the technology services industry. Which of these two equities provides investors with the best value for their money? We'll have to look more closely as we discuss Palantir Stock versus Parsons. Which stock has better value option now? Palantir Technologies is a publicly traded American software firm dedicated to big data analytics. Its founders, Peter Thiel, Nathan Giddings, Joe Lonsdale, Stephen Cohen, and Alex Karp, established it in 2003, and it has its headquarters in Denver, Colorado. The business's name comes from the Lord of the Rings, where magical Palantir were seeing stones, characterized as invincible balls of crystal used for communicating and monitoring activities in other regions of the planet. You can brag to your friends that you know where the name Palantir came from. Palantir Gotham, Palantir Apollo, and Palantir Foundry are the three projects for which the company is most known. The United States Intelligence Community, USIC, and the United States Department of Defense have offices where counterterrorism experts work using Palantir Gotham. The Recovery Accountability and Transparency Board, a former U.S. federal agency from 2009 to 2015, previously employed Gotham to aid with its fraud investigation efforts. Information Warfare Monitor, a Canadian public-private partnership from 2003 to 2012, employed cyber analysts who also used Gotham. Furthermore, Palantir Apollo is the platform for continuous deployment and delivery across all environments. Their SAW-S is one of the 5 products the U.S. Department of Defense has approved for use with mission-critical national security systems. Ralph M. Parsons established Parsons in 1944. During the Cold War, the business provided electronics, instrumentation, design, and engineering for ground checkout systems for airplanes, missiles, and rockets. Parsons began construction on the first phase of its Pasadena headquarters in 1974. In 24 countries, Parsons employs more than 16,000 people. For 13 years, Ethisphere has recognized the business as one of the world's most ethical companies. Everybody has ways of spotting exceptional value prospects, but combining a good Zacks rank with a solid grade in the Style Score System's value area is a good way to do so. The tried-and-true Zacks rank emphasizes earnings estimates and estimate revisions, while the Style Scores seek to pinpoint stocks with certain characteristics. At the moment, Palantir Technologies Incorporated is ranked 3rd, while Parsons is 2nd by Zacks. Investors can relax knowing that PSN is probably seeing its earnings forecast improve more than other firms because this system gives special weight to companies that have witnessed positive earnings estimate revisions. Though Zacks Score Rev is a good way to determine the price value of equities, the price-to-earnings ratio, and a few others, which we'll look at shortly, are other methods. However, for value investors, this is merely one component of the jigsaw. Value investors frequently search for businesses they think are cheap at their current share prices by looking at various conventional, tried-and-true metrics. Before continuing, why not exercise your thumb by hitting the subscribe button below? The popular price-to-earnings (P) ratio, along with the price-sales (PS) ratio, earnings yield, cash flow per share, and a range of other fundamentals that value investors have long employed, are just a few of the important measures used when identifying inexpensive firms in the value category. Compared to PLTR, PSN now has a forward PE ratio of 64.74, while PSN is 22.77. PSN has a price-earnings-to-growth (PEG) ratio of 1.91, which is another important fact. The PEG ratio is comparable to the widely used PE ratio in that it also considers a company's anticipated rate of earnings growth. A PEG ratio of 2.09 is now present for PLTR. PSN price-to-book (PB) ratio of 2.21 is also an important value metric. The book value of a stock, which is calculated as total assets less total liabilities, is compared to the stock's market value using the PB ratio. A PB of 8.51 is used as a benchmark for PLTR. While PLTR received a value grade of F, PSN received a value grade of B thanks to these criteria and several others. Does the grade F for PLTR mean failed as in school examinations? Given that PLTR has experienced less estimated revision activity and PSN has more alluring valuation indicators, it appears that value investors will choose PSN at this time. 5 stocks expected to double. An analyst from Zacks personally selected each as the stock they believe will increase in value by at least 100% in 2021. Previous suggestions have skyrocketed by plus 143.0%, plus 174.9%, plus 498.3%, and plus 673.0%. Most of the stocks in this study are trading underneath the radar of Wall Street, offering an excellent opportunity to buy in early. Although Parsons stock received a grade B from Zacks Score, they have a net worth of $4.53 billion. We shall take a look at that shortly. A company's market capitalization, calculated by multiplying its current stock price by the number of outstanding shares, serves as a common measure of its worth. As of August 2, 2022, Parsons' market worth is $4.53 billion. P&S stock ratings. Meanwhile, in 2022, Palantir will cost $18.21. Palantir's price dropped by minus 40% from the start of the year, trading at $10.92 as of August 2, 2022. Palantir is expected to cost $13.22 by the end of 2022, with a year-over-year decline of minus 27%. The increase from today until year's end is plus 21%. The Palantir price will increase to $14.66 in the first half of 2023. In the second half, it will increase by $2.14 and end the year at $16.80, which is plus 54% more expensive than it is now. Thank you for your time. Now that we've given you the values of Palantir and Parsons, do you think Palantir is more valuable? Find that in our next video. Is Palantir stock a good buy? Why buy PLTR stock over Tesla stock?